Hello and welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today we have Abril and we're going to be talking about what we would do, what we would have done differently if in our lives, if we would go back and change anything. So we're going to do a little reflection. We're going to talk about our bucket list and about best or worst advice we have ever been given. Welcome, Abril.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Daisy.
I am so excited. I miss you so much.
I miss you too. It's been so long.
It really has.
hmm
I was just thinking the other day about how we used to call each other every Friday after school or
No,
like at
literally.
noon. And then I was like, why did it stop?
Oh my goodness, I forgot we used to do that. We had like our little schedule where we like caught up with each other.
Yes.
I wonder why it stopped. I think we both just got like really busy with our life.
Yeah. Because I was
Yeah.
just thinking about it and then I was like, wait, but why did it stop? You know?
Yeah. Do you remember when it like what year it was? Was it this year?
No, I don't remember.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, but let's get to know you. Tell us about
Oh my
you.
goodness. Um, so my name is Abril. Um, I am 21. I am currently a student in my next semester is going to be my last semester. I am studying to get my bachelor's of science in environmental science and in geology.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's me.
Before we get started, and I forgot to ask this to Alma too, because she was a cheerleader. Giselle
hmm
was also a cheerleader. Can you talk about your experience as a cheerleader?
Oh my goodness, girl. And all honesty, I wasn't really planning on like being a cheerleader. I don't know if you remember, but before I joined cheer, I was in on a dance team, and
Yes.
that was like my main thing. And then I'm gonna call Alma out on this, but she was like, "Hey, like you should try out with me," and because she didn't want to do it by herself, 'cause she really wanted to try out, but she didn't want to do it by herself. And I was like, "Okay, I'll go try out with you." And we both tried out together, and we both made the team, and that was really fun. Um, I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I was. Um, I ended up like I think Alma stayed in it for like a year, but I ended up continuing with Gigi and Carolina. Um, and I don't know if you're gonna like mention both of them, but or if they know who those people are, but I like ended up staying with Gigi and Carolina, and yeah, it was just like really fun. Um, we got to compete nationally and like district wise, which was really fun. It was like one of the aspects of cheer that I really liked, the competing part. And then we would also go to like cheer boot camps over the summer to like learn new skills, and that was really fun as well because um, one of them was at Sam Houston. Oh, girl, that one's traumatic. But but that's a story for some other time. But I remember one of them was at Sam Houston and the other one was at Moody Gardens, and that was like really, those both were like really cool experiences to have. And like I said, we've like competed nationally. Like well, when I was on the team, I competed twice, and both times we were like, I think the first time it was like top 20, and the second time it was top 5. So it's really cool. Definitely something that I miss about high school is cheering. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna be able to like keep it around in my life a little longer since my little sister joined, and hopefully she like stays long enough to know what competing is like and like what boot camps are like and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, um, yeah, cheerleading is like something that I miss. One of the few aspects that I miss about being in high school.
Yeah, I remember you used to be in dance, but then they made the
Mm,
rule that you couldn't be in multiple
girl,
and that broke my heart for you. I remember
girl,
being there and I was like, "No. It's like two things you
literally,
would love to do."
literally. I was so upset when we had that meeting. I was like, oh, you can't be in both. You have to choose. Because it had, like, they made both me and Gigi choose about, like, whether or not we wanted to be in cheer or dance. And I remember we left that meeting and we were, well, I was crying. I don't know, Gigi, but I was crying because I was like, no, like, I mean, because being on that dance team, it really helped me with my confidence and become like less shy, you know?
Mhm.
Like, being up there and performing helped me like break out of my shell. And I like am really grateful for that dance team and for that, like, that teacher who pushed me to like become more confident in myself, you know? Like
Yeah.
I'm really grateful for that experience and like to have to turn like to like turn around and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but I'm going to drop this and then go cheer." That's like that really made me so upset. But es la vida. Oh, can I
Yeah.
speak Spanish on here?
Yes, of course. We
Okay.
can speak in
Okay.
Spanish.
Okay. Okay.
No, but yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. I was so sad because I knew that you liked both things.
Yeah. It was so sad. And I didn't well, I guess, but I didn't understand what the problem really was. Like okay, it makes sense for those who were in like multiple sports to have to choose one, but like in my like be, when you look at uh my situation and Gigi's situation, like they both correlate with each other, and it wasn't like there was like a problem with both of us being in on both teams. Um, like when we first decided to do both like dance and cheer. We talked to both the coach and the teacher of the dance team, and they were like, "Yeah, that's okay. Like, there's no problem because you guys are like um, fast learners, so it's not going to be a problem. You'll just you'll just learn the routine from somebody else, and you guys should be fine." And then we were like, "Okay, yeah, that makes sense." And for cheer, like it wouldn't like affect us in that way because we would spend the first hour. I don't know if you remember, but like after school clubs were like I think 4 to 6,
Yeah.
and like for our first hour, we would be with the dance team, and that's where we would warm up and where we would like learn more of the routine. And then in the second hour, we would go and be with the cheerleaders, and by that time, they were barely starting to like go over routines or go over new skills, so it didn't really make a that big of a difference, you know?
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's whatever. Ya pasó.
Okay, well, before we go into the topics, I have a question I want to ask you.
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
What is the song of the day? Or week
Oh
or
my
month
gosh.
or something you've been repeating lately?
What are you gonna Are you gonna do week, month, and day?
Um, for me right now, I think I'm gonna do the song I've been repeating constantly.
Mhm.
and it is Consumed by Chase Atlantic.
Hmm.
What
I
about
don't think I've
you?
heard that one.
Oh, girl, you need to hear it.
Um.
Oh, girl.
Yep. Yep. I think Chase Atlantic has really good songs. I think I need to like start listening to them more.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um. ¿Me hablas a mí? Are you talking to me? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I
What
thought you were
happened?
talking. I don't
I thought someone called you.
know. No, it's because like it sounded like you were talking to somebody else in the room, and I was like, oh, she's probably talking to somebody else.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Girl, I thought someone
Um,
was talking to you.
no, I thought somebody was talking to you. That's like, oh, are you talking to me? And then you didn't answer, so I was like, oh, she's probably talking to somebody else. Sorry, sorry. Okay, okay. The song that I've been repeating mostly is called "Can You Hear the Moon" by Grady. That one, that one's really good.
I don't think
I
I've
think that's
ever
a good song.
heard it.
Yeah, it's a song that's like fairly new to me too, but it's pretty good. I think you should give it a try.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, now let's go on to the first topic, which was the one you suggested, which
Oh my goodness.
is what would we have done differently in our lives if we could go back and change anything?
Okay. Do you want to start off?
Um, yeah, I'll give a little piece of
Okay.
like of something I would have wanted changed.
Okay.
Um, for me, when we hit senior year, I noticed that I wasn't gonna be able to make it into my dream school, but
Mhm.
I at the same time I feel like um at the same time I feel like I want to live without regrets. So when people
Mhm.
ask, is there something you regret or like would have done differently during high school? I feel like
Mhm.
it would have been my grades. Like
Mhm.
giving me that little extra push I would have needed to get into the dream school, because now
Yeah.
sometimes I wish, since I went to community college and then transferred into that university, but
Mhm.
now, or like while transitioning, I was like, I wish I could have already started this from the beginning, you know?
Mhm.
But then at the same time, I'm like, I feel like I wouldn't be the person I am right now if it weren't for
Mhm.
like the journey I took, you know? So at the same
No,
time I'm
yeah.
like man, I kind of wish I could have started there at the dream school and just followed
Mhm.
through, but then at the same time I feel like I'm doing good still, you know?
Mhm. No, yeah. Like everybody's path is different, and honestly, that kind of like relates to what I was gonna say. I like wanna. I also don't want to like live my life with regrets. And I'm not saying that I regret things
Yeah.
that I've done, because I really don't. There's not something that comes to mind whenever like I get asked that question. But like you said, I really wish I would have um, had or like did better in high school when it came to like grades and stuff to like push myself more. Um, because I don't know if you know this, but the university that I'm in now isn't wasn't like really my top five. It wasn't my top five, bestie. Um, it was another school, right? And I there was like it was the first school that I ever got accepted to.
Yeah.
but I I wasn't able to go because of um like financial reasons. Like they weren't offering me enough money. Um and I feel like if I would have tried harder and like get, because I had pretty good grades, but
Yeah.
it wasn't something that I was like really stressed about. Um like other people in our grade level who were constantly like trying to get A's in every class. Like that wasn't something that I was like really worried about because I still had pretty good grades.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know. Like you said, I wish that I would have tried harder, like in the grade area, to have that extra push to like maybe be able to go to that dream school. But then again, like I don't regret my experience at the university that I'm at right now. Um, well, actually, I can't really say that I've had experience at the university, since like I my first year, I actually like dormed and
Yeah.
like stayed on campus. But then COVID happened, and like we had to like end that really quickly. So I really didn't get to experience much. And then like for 2-ish years, we were like stuck at home. So it's like I didn't really get much of that college experience. And now I'm graduating soon. So
Yeah.
um I don't know. But I really do agree with you about like trying harder in the grade area to like be at that dream school, because I feel like I guess, I mean, they're not really regrets, but like what we would change, it's kind of like similar. Um, but I just like, I hope you know that what, like, whether or not you tried harder in high school or like started off at community college, no matter what, like, you're still doing great, Daisy. Like, you're you're doing it. Like you're in school, and not a lot of people could say that. You're in school, you're getting your degree, whether it's hard for you, whether it's challenging, you're still doing it, and that's all that matters. You're still gonna get your degree, you're still gonna like meet like pass milestones to get your dreams, and that's all that matters.
Aw, amiga.
That's all
Yeah.
that matters,
I
Daisy.
agree.
I just hope, yeah, I just hope that I know like you put a lot of stress on yourself, and I see how hard you work, and I know that this semester was really challenging for you, and it was a big like change. And yeah, sometimes change is scary and it's stressful, especially with whenever you're like in a new environment and like there's so much going on at at the same time. Like I know it's really like stressful and it makes you anxious, but you did a good job, and I'm really proud of you, Daisy. You made it through. That's all that matters. You made it through.
Thank you, amiga. Oh my god, I'm gonna
Oh
cry.
no. No, I didn't mean to. No. I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm just like, I'm grateful to still have you in my life. I am
Oh.
so grateful to have you here.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry. I just feel like you really needed to hear that because I see how much stress you put yourself like how much stress other I'm stumbling. How much stress you put yourself under and how hard you work for like the grades that you have. Like even before you got into the university, like you were always putting in the work to make sure you got good grades. And that's really what's the word? Admirable. Yeah. I'm really proud of
Yeah,
you, Daisy.
I think college made me become very self-disciplined,
Mhm.
and I think I wish I was the person I am now in high school,
No.
because in high school I was just like the bare minimum, I just need to
Yeah.
pass, and if I pass,
Yeah.
that's good enough. But then when it came to senior year and seeing how, like, I wasn't gonna make it to my dream school. Like that broke me down. And then
Oh
I just felt
no.
like worthless, and like I was like how could I have
No.
dreamed of going to this school, you know? And then
Was the was the university that you're attending now, was that your dream school? Yes? Okay. Well, you see, you made it either way.
yeah, like either way I'm here now. And
Yeah.
and it has
That's all
been
that matters.
a ride. It's I've
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten out of my comfort zone this semester by just
Mhm.
physically going, because I did get used to that COVID life and being at home
Mhm.
and being online, and I loved it, and I was like, man, I don't want to go back in person, you know? Even though like I'm at my dream school and like this is everything
Yeah.
I would have wanted and everything. Like, I got so used to being at home, and at home I became very like self-disciplined, and I like did my
Mhm.
work and everything, and I didn't struggle. And then like I felt like this semester I was gonna struggle with work and doing my work, and I was like, man, this semester is gonna start and I'm not gonna be able to do anything. I'm just gonna be stuck doing work, and it wasn't like that, you know. I feel
Mhm.
like I overthink a lot, and I guess that's
Mhm.
one of the things I wish I could change about myself, how an overthinker of a person that I am. Like even in
Mhm.
college, like I don't know, even if it's community college, I took it seriously, you know, especially since I was aiming to transfer to another university. So I took
Mhm.
everything seriously when it came to work, and like those days where it felt like where I was just like fed up, where I felt like I couldn't turn in my work, I would just like break down. Like there was this one time where me and Giselle, we were on Zoom doing our work, studying, and I was just
Mhm.
like, I don't think I can turn this in on time, and it broke, and I just like broke down, and I tried
Oh
my best to do
no.
it, and like I turned it in, but only a day late, and that was the only assignment I had ever turned in like my college life late. And I was just like,
Mhm.
oh my god. I felt like those girls in high school when they would get a 99, you know, instead of an
Girl,
100.
please.
And I was just like, oh my god, the the world is gonna end. Everybody hates me.
No.
I'm so
No.
horrible. Like I feel like I'm such an extreme person too. I'm like if I don't do one thing correctly, like everybody hates me. Like I'm not perfect.
Mhm.
I'm horrible. Like how could I do this? How could I think of this? You know. But in
Mhm.
reality, it's not like that. You know. Like it's
Exactly.
okay.
It's not like that. See, you got it, Daisy. It's not like that. Oh, I'm glad that you know how to like talk yourself out of that, because a lot of people don't know how to talk themselves out of the like thinking those feelings or like thinking those thoughts. I think that's like a really great skill to have, especially when, well, we're no longer, I don't think we're like still in the pandemic, but like especially since like most of us got used to being by ourselves, like that's a really good skill to have, is like when you're overthinking and like things are negative and you just have to like talk yourself out of that.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people don't know how to do that.
I think that comes from like I think that started happening during college as well, when like
Mhm.
we would do projects, or whenever I would have a hard assignment, I would put it out until like it was almost due, and I
Mhm.
wouldn't sit and like read it, take my time to read the assignment to see what it is. I would just see like, oh my god, it's a an assignment with a lot of words. I'm not gonna do it, you know. So it'll scare me.
Yeah.
But then I'd sit down, take the time to read it, and be like, why was I stressing out about this? You know?
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
and like I feel like I am like that, where like I have to overthink, I have to scare myself. I don't know why. I just like I have to scare myself, and then when I go through it, I'm like, wait, it wasn't that bad. Like why did I get so scared about it? And I feel like that's why I did, like that's just something that keeps happening with me. Like with this semester, it was my first semester at a new school. in person, having to use
Mhm.
public transport, and like now
Mhm.
it's the end of the semester. All the classes I passed with A's, straight
Yay.
A. I did all of my assignments on time.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like, these professors were not mean or anything. Like, I understood the stuff that was being taught to me, but like remember during the summer and August, I was so scared. Like the first
Girl,
day of
you really
school, I
were.
cried. The first day of school, I cried, and I
Yes,
didn't feel
I
like I did.
remember that.
The first day of school, I cried, and I was like, "Man, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I shouldn't have transferred. Like, what am I doing? Is this really what I want?" But now, like, the semester ended, and I'm here. I did everything, and like, I don't know why I have to scare myself, live through it, and then reflect. Like I
Mhm.
have to scare myself for some reason, or like I'm overthinking everything, and I hate that because at the moment I'm like scared, anxious, depressed, but then
Mhm.
time passes and everything goes so smoothly, and then I'm like, wow, why do I have to put myself through harsh times? Why am I like so mean to myself? And I hate that
Mhm.
about myself.
How mm, how would you fix that though?
That's something I'm still trying to find out.
Yeah. I mean, like I completely understand. Mm, I'm trying to find something to like compare it to, cuz I mean, it's kind of like riding a roller coaster, you know? Like
Yes.
before you get on, it's like really scary, you're really anxious, and then you're on it, you're like having fun or whatever, and then once you're off, you're like that was it. That was like that happened, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, and then you even want to do it again.
Yeah, like oh, in your case, will do you want to do it again? I know for like next
No.
semester you have like online classes, but like would you want to do it again? Or like do you
Um,
feel prepared to do it again like next year?
I feel like maybe, but I'm still not sure. Like to go in,
Mhm.
like this semester for the spring, I had to do it online because the classes did not match up. Like there wasn't
Mhm.
a physical way to go because I would have two classes at the same time. So I had to
Oh, okay.
basically take it online. But then like at the same time I was like, yes, like it's online. Like
Mhm.
like what I would have wished is that I lived on campus. Like if I lived on campus, I wouldn't have to worry about transportation.
Oh, girl, yes.
So like transportation is the biggest thing now. Now that I've like taken
Yeah.
classes for a semester and like seen that I can do it, like I feel like transportation is just like the thing that scares me the most. So like
Yeah,
if I was
no.
in a dorm, I would go in person. But like
Mhm.
since the schedule didn't match up correctly for the next semester, then I'm just gonna do it online. And I'm just gonna do that
Mhm.
like whatever matches, whatever is best. If the class has
Mhm.
to be in person, then I'll go in person. But if I can see
Mhm.
that I can take classes online, then I'll just take them online too. Because I had to take my mom, okay, for the whole semester my mom came with me in the mornings, and she was like,
Oh.
oh my god, you need to go by yourself, and I'm like, no. So like yeah, so it was like not it was kind of hard on my mom because she has things to do at home, like to clean the house and stuff like that, things she wants. Yeah, like being able to travel with my family, I feel like that's one of the biggest things that I'm never gonna have the opportunity to
Yeah.
do. And it's something that like I
Yeah.
wish I could do because you see all these other families be able to travel like with their whole family, like your mom, dad, siblings. Like to be able
Yeah.
to do that, like I feel like that's something I would have wanted. Like that's something I would have like that's just something I dream of, to be able to have a family vacation with my family wherever it be we go. But like I don't know, I feel like a lot of kids don't realize that they have something
Yeah.
bigger that not many
Yeah.
people have, and like like when you see the movie of like, oh, let's take a road trip, and then the kids are like, man, I don't want
And
to
no
go.
quieren ir,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just like, man, I wish that could be me. I don't care where we go. We're like, I want my whole family there. That's just what I want.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
I've gotten the
uh-huh.
opportunity to travel, but like, it still makes me sad.
Yeah, no. It's the same for my family, I guess. I guess that's something that I would want to experience as well. Cause my family, we don't really go out, you know? Like,
Yeah.
even if it's just a different city here, um, I know, like, oh, my mom, like, my little sister, she was supposed to have, like, a cheer competition in San Antonio this weekend, and we were all looking forward to go. It turns out that I was going to be working, and I kind of forgot to take that day off, but that's a different story. But she was supposed to go have a competition in San Antonio this weekend, and I was like, "Oh, like, are you guys gonna go?" Like, speaking to my parents, and I don't know, like, mi mamá le da miedo manejar afuera del. Oh, my mom is scared.
Girl, you
My
can talk in
mom.
Spanish.
Okay, a mi mamá le da miedo manejar fuera de Houston, like because obvious reasons, And I
Yeah,
think it's just like the same reasons why you want you wish, you know. I
yeah,
think it's the same reason that you like are hinting at. Um, but yeah, like I just like small things like that, like I've always wanted to go to Corpus Christi, pero no nunca quieren manejar allá, like
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
because of
Mhm.
um, and then I don't know, because like you said, like we see a lot of families who like are always taking these trips and family vacations, and who are always able to like just travel, whether it's just in the country or just in the state, like they're still able to go places. And you can't help but to sit back and be like, dang, I wish that was us. And like you said, like I've had the opportunity to travel. Like yes, I've gone to places myself, but it wouldn't it's not the same, as like experiencing like those opportunities with friends and like people your age compared to like family. Because personally, I mean, like my mom, she's really been wanting to travel for so long, pero nunca puede, you know. Um, and I don't know, it's just like something that I want to like help them with, but
Yeah,
at the same time, it's not that easy. So I completely understand.
yeah. The farthest we have gone as a family is to San Antonio. We have gone to
Mm,
San Marcos or like that area, but like the
mhm.
farthest is San Antonio, and it wasn't that bad to be honest.
Mhm.
So you should see if you could go like to Six Flags, or your family is your family
Girl.
like theme park and like do they like theme parks or no? Because my family doesn't, and that's what sucks too. I love theme parks, they don't.
They Bueno, my siblings, yes. Like I remember the closest that we've gone to a theme park was Kima.
Yeah,
Um and girl, Kima. There's
yeah.
barely anything to do there. But they really enjoyed it, and I don't know. I always say like, "Oh, let's go to Six Flags." Like after that trip that we took in high school to
Yes,
Six Flags,
yes,
girl, that was so fun.
it really
I
was.
absolutely loved it. But like after that trip, I was like, oh, like every year, I'm like, oh, let's go to Six Flags. Oh, let's go to Six Flags. And it's always like, are you gonna drive there? Are you gonna pay for it? And I'm like, now that I'm working, now that I drive, I'm like, shoot, I might as well, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't have to be for that long either. You could take like the weekend off, or like Friday,
Yeah,
Saturday,
exactly.
Sunday, and like if you just go in the morning, or like make a plan so it's not that boring, like organize it. Like if
Mhm.
it were for me, I would go like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I would go like if you're scared to drive at night, I would go Friday morning, and then like since it's not
Mhm.
that a long drive, it's like 4 5 hours max. I think it's less, but and then you would get there like at like noon, let's say. Like by noon you're there. You can go eat. You can go to your hotel or wherever you're staying, and then like the afternoon you can like San Antonio. You can go like shop or like to the river walk, like take a chill, and then
Oh,
the next
girl.
day you would go to the theme park, and then you would sleep, and then drive early again, drive after breakfast, and you'd be here like before the nighttime.
You have this all planned out, Daisy.
I mean, I'm good at planning trips, and I guess you could see why I'm on the hospitality industry too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love planning trips. Girl, me and my sister, I was like, let me make you, because me and my sister, like, let's go to Disney. And then she's like, let's go to Universal. And then I was like, okay, look at this. And then I made this whole, it was supposed to be for 2 weeks, girl. It turned into a month.
Girl.
This vacation turned
Oh
into
my
a month.
goodness.
But it would be fun if if you could take a whole month off.
Girl, you gotta send me that planning list cuz I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun um to take my family out like that.
Yeah,
But it's really expensive.
it really is. You need to save a little money.
Yeah. But no, no, like seriously, Daisy, send me that list or that little planning thing that you have, cause girl, actually, let me just book you.
Yeah, just book me. I'll
Let
be
me just
your
book you.
planner.
Let me just book you for my trips. Dang, Daisy, I'm gonna be sending people your way. Be
Yay.
like, you need to go. What? You need to go to what? Spain? I know a person.
Girl, yes.
I'm
But
gonna just
then
send them your way. Mhm.
yeah, but they just have to be specific, because I'm also talking like by experience. Since I've gone to Mexico a few times, I can say what I like and don't like, you know?
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
what I've noticed is that I do not like when we do things every day. Like, how you went to your Europe trip? I do not think I can do that. And it was like every day you're doing something, you're constantly moving. That's not for me.
Mhm. Girl,
So
no, it wasn't for me either. It really wasn't.
I want you to talk about that before we move forward. I want you to talk about your trip.
Like right now?
Yeah.
What do you want me to talk about?
Like
Just like the
explain
trip in
about like,
general?
yeah, like where you started and like throughout the week, like where you went.
Oh my goodness. Where we started? Daisy. There's no way. Okay, so the day that we like showed up to the airport, whatever, um, I think it was like it was either 8 hours or more than 8 hours of a flight to where we were going. And I remember we landed in London, Daisy. Oh, I did not like. You're supposed to sleep on the flight because it's like you're gonna be
Yeah.
tired. You're gonna land there, different time zone. You're gonna be tired. But me, girl, I did not sleep at all. I spent the whole. I think me and Gigi spent the whole time like watching movies, but we didn't sleep at all. And but
Oh.
yeah, we didn't sleep at all. And then we landed in London. Girl, that is so. London is so overhyped. I'm so sorry if anybody hears this and is from London or support or like loves London. Mm-mm. It is so overhyped. Like we got there and it was like very gloomy. I mean, I guess that's on me for like kind of like expecting more. Like I should have known, because I knew that London isn't really like sunshine and rainbows. Like I knew it was
Yeah.
good. It was gonna be gloomy, but getting there and actually experiencing that change of scenery and seeing how gloomy it is, disappointing. Um, we got there in London. We like walked around a little bit. I think it was because it was the first day, but we wanted to go to sleep. We wanted to go to the hotel. We just wanted that day over with. Well, personally, but I wasn't really feeling it. I remember they let us loose after like we got our luggage like in a van where they took it to the hotel. Like after we did all of that, we traveled to like a little, I forgot where it was, but it was like in the middle. It was kind of like downtown. They just dropped us
Mhm.
off there, and I remember it was me, Gigi, Carolina, Alex. I don't know if Adam was. I think Adam was with us too. But we were just like walking around, and I remember at some point we just like all sat down on a bench or like on these like little rocks that not little rocks, but like I don't know how to explain it to you. We just sat down somewhere, right? And I think Carolina had gotten food. Carolina and Adam, they got food, and we were all just like sitting there waiting for them to finish their food, and then we were just like waiting for the rest of the people to show up so we could leave. Cause girl, we were not having it. I think it was because most of us didn't sleep on the plane. And like I said, it was like a long plane ride. Like you're supposed to sleep or else you're not. Like, cause once we got there, we hit the ground running, Daisy. Like, like, I don't know. But I was not having it. I just wanted to go to sleep. And the next day, I remember we like visited like the more famous parts of London, like the Big Ben or like the Eye and stuff like that. Very underwhelming as well. I remember Big Ben was under construction, so you couldn't even see it correctly. Um, again, like it was really gloomy and stuff like that. So I was like, no, I've had enough. I've had enough. Um, but I think we stayed one night and 1 day or 2 days in. Yes. No, papa. I remember we stayed one night and 2 days, I think, in London, and then we moved on to France. Girl, oh my god, that was hectic. I remember we had to take a train to France, and the train was late, so it like threw off all the plans that we had for the first day in France. Um, I remember being stuck at the train station with everybody, and everybody was just tired and like they just wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
Um, and like we got there, and we were supposed to do so many things when we got there to Paris, but we couldn't do any of them because like the train had been delayed. So I remember they booked us like a last minute boat ride. Um, in that little river that goes, well, I don't know if it's a river, but the little river that goes in front of the Eiffel Tower, and it was like at night. So we were on the river and on the boat, and I remember like they were lighting up the Eiffel Tower, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh," and yeah, like that was like our first date in Paris. And then I remember the next day. No. Oh, that same day. Oh my gosh, Daisy, the sunset. That's something that I remember like really, really well. It's like that first day we got there, the sunset, everything was pink, Daisy. It was
Wow.
everything was pink because of the sunset. And I remember we were standing on top of this bridge, um, and like the sunset was like really pretty because it's like the bridge, and then you look up like across over the horizon, and it's just like the water and a bunch of buildings, and the sun looked like it was like sinking into the water. Oh my goodness, it was so pretty. Um, but yeah, and then we like for that part of France, we just like visited small little towns, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, small little areas. A lot. We visited a lot of churches, or
Mm.
like, yeah, a lot of churches. It just wasn't that bad. Like it was really really pretty. But yeah, I wish we would have done more because it was a lot of walking, and I feel like we didn't really do much of the sightseeing inside of Paris. I feel like it was like mostly outside in like the areas that surrounded it. Um, we did go to like that famous museum. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. The one with the triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went there. Oh my gosh, this is gonna sound so bad. But I remember when we went, we were not, well, me and Gigi, we were just like, do we really want to spend time like that sounds so bad, but we didn't really want to like spend time walking around and just like looking at the art. I regret it now because it's like when am I gonna go again, you know?
Yeah.
Um I regret it now. Um but that time we were just like, do we really want to spend like a long time looking at the art? And we were just like, no. So we like rushed through the whole thing, and then we got to the Mona Lisa. Girl, so underwhelming. I'm so sorry if the Mona Lisa, if whoever's listening to this, I'm so sorry if the Mona Lisa is like your favorite thing ever. Girl, mm-mm. Your standards are on the floor. You're like, girl, no, I'm being serious. It's so
I know.
underwhelming. It
Yeah.
like, it was so small too. And then like when you go there, it's not even like organized or like the way that you go there, it's like a lot of people in a crowd, like all pushing to get to the front. It's like when you're at a concert trying to get barricade. Like at some point you're gonna be able to see her. Just like give it a second, you know? But I
Yeah.
remember like standing in the crowd and like everybody was pushing to get forward so that they could take pictures with the Mona Lisa. And I remember me and Gigi got close to the front, but not really close. And we were just like looking at it, and we looked at each other, and we are just like, this has to be a joke, you know?
I can
Because
already imagine.
we were just like, this has to be a joke. She's probably gonna listen to this and be like, no, this girl's lying. Um, but um, I remember looking at it, and I'm just like, why is it so small? You know?
Yeah.
And like we took our pictures or whatever, and then like I mean, because it wasn't like I said, it was a crowd, so you couldn't really pose with the painting. So we just took pictures. Well, I just took a picture of it, and then I was like, Bessie, we gotta go. Um, and yeah, like we took a picture of the Mona Lisa, and then we just like left. We just like left the actual museum and sat outside of it, just waiting for everybody to come outside. And that was very underwhelming. Yes, yes. Wait, doesn't go Daisy.
Okie dokie. So after Paris, where else did you go?
After France, we ended up going to Spain. Um, I honestly loved the Spain portion of the trip. I was really sad that it only lasted like what 1 to 2 days. Um, because it was like really fun. I was like really looking forward to going to Spain. Like, yes, France and London were really cool, but girl, I was looking for Spain. I was like looking forward for Spain. We visited the. You remember the Cheetah Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one where they go to Barcelona. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
Well, there's a. I think it's a movie where they go to Barcelona, and we visited one of like the places that part of the movie was filmed, and it was really pretty. Um, I remember the whole time me and Gigi were joking about like learning the routine that they did and like recreating the video while we were there, but we didn't do it. We didn't do it. But yeah, I think I liked Spain a lot more. Mainly because we got to be on more beaches. Like, we got to be near the ocean a lot more, and it's a lot different than going out into our ocean, Daisy.
Yeah.
Cause oh my goodness, like not even just like just looking at it, you could tell how different it is, and that's like one of the things that I was really excited about. I remember the first day that we went to the first beach. Girl, I almost died.
Oh my god.
I I almost died because the water was so aggressive, and for what? Um, most of us were fighting for our life, bro. But we are like hard headed and stubborn. We are like, no, we want to swim. Girl, most of us didn't get past the shore. Oh my goodness. We didn't even get past the shore because we kept like I said, like the water was so aggressive, so it just kept pushing us back towards the shore. Um, but it was fun. I had fun. I don't know. And then the second beach that we went, that one was a lot calmer. Oh my gosh. Speaking of beaches, oh my goodness. Okay, so when we got to Spain, I feel like the whole trip in general, I it doesn't even have to be like what am I trying to say? Like the whole trip in general, I I didn't feel self-conscious, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't feel self-conscious at all. Like I was able like here, I don't know. Like I put on a dress and I immediately want to like cover my arms, you know? Cuz like that's
Yeah.
something I don't like that's something about me is like I don't really like my arms, especially like since I normally wear t-shirts and that gives me a weird tan line, but just like in general, I don't really like my arms. But over there, it was just, I don't know, it was just different. Like I put on a dress. Like I spent most of my time in dresses, you know,
Mhm.
and it was just like very liberating because I put on a dress and I was like not self conscious about it. Like I didn't really care about how my arms looked and stuff like that. And I don't know, it was like really liberating. And um, the second day at the beach, I remember the first day I took a swimsuit, of course, because I they told us that we were going to be like visiting a beach, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm gonna want to swim. But I only took one because I didn't think we were gonna go to two different beaches. Um, but the first day we went to the beach, I used the swimsuit, and I was like, okay, I probably won't be able to use it the next time we go to the beach, you know. So and I was okay with that. But no, terca, yo de terca, yo de terca. We went to the second beach, and I was like, wait, maybe I do want to swim, right? But that day I didn't carry my swimsuit with me, so I was like, dang, I'm not gonna be able to like enjoy the like calm waters, cause like that beach compared to the first one, it was like really a lot calmer. So you were able to like go further out and like, and you were like, you could see through the water, Daisy. Like you could
Oh
see
my
the floor.
god.
Yeah. So it's like really fun. Um, so yo de terca, I was like, man, I really want to swim. I wish I would have brought like a swimsuit or like an extra swimsuit or whatever. And then the other girls that were with me, they were like, do you want to like use one of the girls was like, do you want to use my like bikini top? And I was like, no, because like because I was like self-conscious, I was like, I've never
Yeah.
worn like a bikini top out in public like that. And she was like, no, it's okay, you could just use a top and somebody else will let you borrow. And somebody else like offered to like for me to wear their shorts. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, okay, say less. So like that girl let me borrow her like bikini top and the other girl let me borrow her shorts. And I was like, wait, I don't feel self-conscious about this. Like
Yeah.
cuz I don't I don't think you follow me on this, fam. But like I made a post about it like a long time ago about how that was like the very first time I ever felt confident enough to wear something out like that in public. Y la
Mhm.
cosa es que no, la gente ahí no le importa. Like, girl, there were naked grannies on the beach.
Yeah. Like over
They
there, I
do
feel like
not
they don't
care.
care.
Yeah, they do not care. And that's like something that I really wish it was like that here in the United States. Like that's something that I really wish that like transferred over. Because allá no les importa. And I was like, okay, bet. And I was like able to like confidently like walk around on the beach and like it wasn't like a two piece, but it was like somewhat similar to it. And
Yeah.
like I mentioned, like that's something that I've never done before. So it was like a new experience, and I feel like that's why I have like good memories for like when it comes to thinking about Spain because of that
Oh.
experience. Mhm.
Mhm. Well, that's really cool because
Mhm.
I feel like I'm also self-conscious when it comes to
Mhm.
that, like showing my stomach.
Mhm.
Like for me, it's my stomach, and like since my
No,
parents
girl,
are,
me too.
they always have to say something, But
Mhm.
then this year, during the summer break, we had gone to the lake, and I was like, I'm gonna take my shirt off. I don't care what you say, like, cause we were gonna go take pictures.
Mhm.
And then someone was like, I'm gonna take off my shirt for this picture. And so
Mhm.
I took it off, and I was like, I just feel so. I felt good. But like my mom would
Mhm.
be like, "No te da vergüenza? Oh my god!" Or also like whenever I went to Mexico with my siblings in the summer, I think
Mhm.
it was like last year. I was also like, because the place we go to is called La Concha, and it's like,
Mhm.
I don't know how to describe it, but it's just like they have pools, and then they have like a river and stuff like that. You've
Mhm.
seen it, right? In my
Yeah. Yeah.
stories.
I've seen. Yeah, I've seen it.
And then I was like, I would always say to my mom, I'm like, y me voy a ir en mi bikini y a ver si me hallas en la página de Facebook de La Concha. Y luego she'd be like, don't you dare. I do not want to see you in Facebook with a bikini on. And I'd be like, I
Oh
don't care.
no.
I'm gonna go, and then I'm gonna be posting and everything. And then she'd be like, don't you dare. I don't want to see you in Facebook like
Oh
that.
no.
And for me, of course, I'm joking, but it's just so funny how she gets so mad that I look the way
Yeah.
I look.
Oh no.
She just gets so mad for like the way I look, and I'm just like, girl, it should be me the one who'd be complaining, not
Mhm.
her. But yeah, it's so
I
funny,
don't know. I don't understand why that's a thing. Like a ellos les molesta más. You know?
right?
I don't know. It's
Like
just
I
like
feel like they make it worse.
yeah. I feel like they not overthink, but I feel like they exaggerate it a lot more than we do. Or like
Yeah, for sure.
they make a bigger deal about it than we do. And it's just like why? Like A otra gente no le importa. ¿Por qué te me importa más a ti, you know?
Or like other people are like showing more, and I'm like, mira esa.
Yeah,
And I'm like, that
exactly. And
should
it's,
be me.
I know.
Oh my god, girl, and not to be mean, but like we took this picture whenever that year that we went to Mexico, and there was this lady in the background, and then I was like, "Mom, look at
Daisy.
this lady. That could be me." And then
Ay,
she was like,
Daisy.
"No, no se te ocurra." And I'm just like, "Girl, I don't even look that bad." And it doesn't
I
even
know.
because my sister. I think I also posted in my regular Instagram, I posted the when we went to the lake, and the last picture was my sister, and I was just like, I'm gonna send it to you, and I was just like, oh my god, this is like a vibe. Like I know she's not the skinniest, she's not a model, but it's still a vibe.
It's still a vibe.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm
for
just like she just
sure.
looks so. It's just I don't know. It's just a vibe. I sent it to you. You can see it, and I was just like, oh my
Oh yeah, she
god.
looks so cute.
Right, and then the next one is a video.
I don't know. I feel like we should be able to feel confident in wearing things like that without people pointing stuff out.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could be. Because sometimes I do think, and I'm like, do I really want to be like in a two piece, like with no
Mm,
shirt? Then at the same time, I'm like, wherever we go, there's like rocks. And then I'm like,
mhm,
yeah, like I'd rather have a shirt on for like that protection from the rocks and stuff. So, like, I
mhm.
don't know if I would actually fully commit to a two piece. I mean, I would for sure wear shorts. I don't know about you, but I would never take my shorts off.
I feel like that would be, I don't know, especially around family. I feel like that'd be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But yeah,
whenever I take my
I
shorts, I'm like,
understand.
I'm for sure wearing them.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, because that's something that like I said, that's something what I experienced over there in Spain. I feel like that's something I wish would happen here. And I know like other people are going to be like, no, like just wear whatever. Like people don't care. But it's like some people do, and some people are like they have the audacity to come up to you and point out that like, hey, you're not allowed to be wearing that, you know? And it's like, I don't know. When I say that people over there in Spain did not care, they did not care. Like I mentioned, like there were naked grannies on the beach, Daisy. Like I don't know. I feel like yes, people say like, oh, just wear whatever. Like nobody's gonna tell you anything. Like it's your body, your choice. You should be able to like wear whatever you want. But it's like at the same time, no. Bueno, aquí en este caso, no. Like you're not. You know? I
Yeah,
don't know if that makes sense.
you can still feel the stares. You can still feel like how like
Yeah,
they don't like it.
yeah. And it's like some people find it uncomfortable where you're when you're just existing, and it's just like it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
I
Especially
hate
like
it
at the
here.
beach. I'm like, girl, this is the beach. You're here to have fun. You're not here to look at me.
Exactly.
Look at the water.
Exactly.
Look at the water.
Look at the dirty water.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't understand why it bothers so many people.
Mhm.
But it's okay. We just gotta learn to not care about what other people think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know for sure I do want to buy more two-piece swimming suits,
Mhm.
especially because the ones that I have are kind of uncomfortable or like they're too small. Like I cannot find one that fits me right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So
It's
like
because I feel like most of the stuff that gets made is only made for like I'm sorry, the skinnier people or like people who are Um, like yes, they are like on the heavier side, but they are like more cómo se dice? Like when okay, so you know how people are trying like model agencies are trying to be more like size inclusive, but their version of plus size is just like a woman with like curvier hips,
Yeah.
but I'm not like she's not actually plus size. Well, she's not plus size in the way that you think of whenever you hear the word plus size. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like that's what they're making the clothes. Like that's who they're making the clothes for. Like the skinnier people or like people society deems as beautiful or like acceptable as a plus size person. And it's just like it sucks because we know that that's not the case. You know, like not every plus size woman is gonna be like the society's like acceptable standard of plus size women, you know? And it
Yeah.
sucks.
It really does because I struggle a lot with that too.
No, literally. Like it's not like not just like in bikini wise because I don't really buy bikinis whenever like for like swimwear stuff, but it's just like clothes in general. Like I remember whenever I was shopping to find a dress to wear to a wedding, I went to the outlets, right?
Yeah.
And for the outlets, you would expect to find something, you know.
Yeah.
Pero no, Daisy, no. We went into shop after shop after shop, and like they would have nice things, but their stuff is not. It wasn't size inclusive, and that's like that's really sad. And that's really upsetting because it's like 2022. What are you doing, man? Like, why
Yeah.
are more stores like size inclusive? You know?
Yeah. I wish they were too. Because there's a
Yeah,
lot
because
of
it's
cute
like
things.
yes, exactly. There's like a lot of cute things that like they make for like the smaller people, but it's like they don't make it in your size, and you're just like, what are we supposed to stick? Have you seen the clothes that they make for the plus size people? Girl, puras flores
Oh
and like
yes, that
ugly
ugly
colors,
pattern. I
girl.
hate that pattern. I
I
hate that pattern.
absolutely hate it. I hate it so much. Oh my goodness.
Girl, yes. And then the thing, it's either gonna be too big or too tight. Like with pants, I struggle with pants because like one size or I don't like feeling apretada. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
shirts, anything. I don't like feeling apretada, so it has to be a little bit loose, you know? So with
Mm-hmm.
pants, girl, I wear a size 18
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like or like my mom would see me with the pants, right? And she'd be like, that is too big for you. And I'm like, girl, this fits me good at the waist, but then the rest is huge, like the pants.
No,
And
literally.
then I'm like, I cannot do anything because I like a 16 it's gonna be apretada. And then a
Mm-hmm.
18 it's like good, and then a 20 it's either like too big or something. And I'm like, this is the size that fits my waist because I don't have like the thighs that would go with the size 18, I guess. Because, like the bigger the size, also like the thighs get bigger and like,
Yeah.
or like for tall, not for tall people, but like they get longer too. So like I
Yeah.
struggle with that. And
Oh my goodness. Yes.
and then
Uh-huh.
I'm short, so you know.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we went to the mall today. Oh, I saw these cute pair of leather pants. Tell me why I put them up to my I put it like you know when you like put it against yourself to see if it would like fit.
Yes.
Girl, tell me why it was like a foot. And like it was so long. I hate when their pant legs are so long because it's like they like past your feet and then they continue to drag on the floor. Like
Girl, I put them up and they're like below my chest.
Literally, like, how am I supposed to wear these at my waist or at my hips whenever like they're literally dragging on the floor? Like, if I walk with them on correctly, I'm gonna be stepping and tripping on them. Like, why don't they make pants for short people? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
I
And
don't
then I
know.
feel like it's like a waste of clothes, you know?
Mhm.
Because because like I found some pants in Walmart and they're from my favorite brand and they were for $9 and then and they were a size 18, but girl, when I put them up, they were like below my neck. That's how long they were. And then so I was like, and
Daisy.
then I was like, wait, I'm gonna try them on. And then I tried them on, and girl, it was the most horrible thing ever. They were so long.
Oh my goodness. I who are they making clothes for? Who are they making clothes for? Because it is not just short people.
I know. And it sucks
That's
because
so
I was like,
funny.
$9. I was about to steal them, but I
Literally a
couldn't.
steal.
And Old
And
Navy,
then,
Old Navy has been the
uh huh.
place where I find good pants.
Oh, I should have gone to Old Navy.
Yes, start going to Old Navy and check their clearance section. Cause girl, me and my sister, we've gotten each other, or like we've gotten $4 pants.
$4 pants? Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
And I'm like, oh my god. And even at Ross too, they'll have like the Old Navy brand for cheap.
Mhm.
And I'm like, girl, oh my god,
Ross is the place to go, honestly.
it is.
Actually, recently it's been getting on my nerves because okay, so I going back to the pants thing, I am a size 12 or a size 14, right? Cuz like you don't really or like a 13, 12 to 14, you know?
Mhm.
And it's so frustrating whenever like you get a size. Like for me, I get like the pants I'm wearing right now, 13, right? I'm like, okay, 13 me queda. And then you go and you're like, okay, 13 fits me, so I'm just gonna get size size 13 pants, and then I'm gonna be good, right?
Mhm.
Wrong. Like so it turns out that size 13 pants are not size 13 pants. Like they either fit you too small or too big. And this is like, why? Why is it like that? Because it's like it's the same size. Why are you gonna make it fit differently? You know?
Yeah.
I struggle with that a lot too because it's like I but that's mainly on me. That's mainly on me because um I don't really like trying clothes on in the store because it's like I feel like that's a lot of work. So I just like grab whatever I think will fit and then that's it.
Mm.
Hello.
I'm still
It
here.
says that there's it says that there is an audio recording error.
What? Okay, let me
Yes.
pause it.
Do you want to pause?
Oh yeah, cuz you were talking about how you didn't like trying on clothes there at the
Oh
store,
yeah.
right? And I'm like
Me
the
da mucho.
opposite. I'm like
Yeah, no,
I am
Daisy. Me
not
da
gonna
mucha
buy
hueva.
it. I am not gonna buy it unless it fits me the way I want it to fit. So I go and try it on, or I do not get it at all.
See, I wish I was like that, but I never learned my lesson, and I always end up buying clothes get like they either fit too big. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the last time I bought pants, right? I bought them in my size first, but I was like, no, I don't like how these fit. So I went. This is on me, and I was trying it on, and I was like, no, I don't like this how this fits. It fits like a little tight, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but then I like got a size higher. I was like, I guess these are okay, right? So I bought them, but like when I wore them out, girl, mm like they were too big. I don't know what I was on that day that I bought them, but girl, when I first wore them out, they were too big, or like both like around the thighs, like you said, like the bigger the size that you get, the more the thigh room there is. Like There's so much room around the thighs, and then like I need a belt. Like I still have them, but I need a belt to like help me keep them up, or si no se me caen. And I was like, no, what kind of stupid decision did you make, bro? Because I don't know.
Yeah,
Clothes are weird.
they really are. Especially the cuter it is, the harder.
Yeah,
That's what I've noticed.
yeah. I don't know, but like I just wish that there were more like size inclusive stores.
Yeah, or like that they had a half a size bigger, where it's just like a little bit bigger, you know?
Yeah. I don't understand why they don't do like half sizes. Cause sometimes like say you're like a 13, pero te queda un poco apretado, and then you don't want to size up to a 15 because that's too big, you know?
Yeah.
But they don't have it in a size 14. So it's like what's I don't know.
Yeah, like you need like that in between number.
Yeah, like shoes.
Mhm.
Ah, ya tienes sueño.
No.
Okay. How much longer is left for the thing?
I do not know. And
Oh.
I do not know how to check. Let me see if I can check on my phone. But let's not waste
Mhm.
time and move into the next topic, which is
Okay.
the last topic. We'll leave it at that. The last topic for today is, what's the best or worst advice you have ever been given?
The worst or best advice? Oh, well, I don't think it's like really advice. Um, Honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't really think I've ever gotten good or bad advice. Well, probably good advice, but I can't remember it. Um, but I mean that doesn't even count as advice. You remember whenever teachers would be like, "Oh," when they're like talking about college, they're like, "Oh, these next 4 years are going to be the best ones of your life." Girl, where?
Yes. Oh my
Where?
god.
Oh my gosh. I've never cried. I've never been so sleep deprived. I've never been so anxious in my life until I got to college. It's like, what?
Same.
I was like, those people who told us that it was going to be like the best 4 years of our lives lied.
Yes. I feel like college is like for extroverted, to be honest.
Yeah, I see it.
Because if you when you think back, like you know how like on the first day of school, like the teacher would say what they did and like what college they went to, but like and then it sounded like they had a lot of fun and stuff, but then they're extroverted
Mhm.
people, you know?
Mhm.
So like I'm also like sad that we didn't get to experience like that college life, you know? Like that fun
Yeah.
college life. Like for us, and I feel like a lot of our friends too, it was very like
We were just like
hard.
yeah, we were just like very focused on our well, most of us were like really focused on our studies. I don't think I know of like a handful of people who were like going out to parties and stuff like that. I think the closest one would have to be Gigi with like her college experience because she's like in her like little K-pop dance group and
Yeah.
I feel like she actually got like a taste of what college is actually like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like for
I just
us, it wasn't
uh-huh.
like that.
Yeah. It wasn't like that.
Or like
Mm.
in the movies, and even high school too. High school wasn't like in the movies.
Girl,
Nothing
high
was like in
school
the
was
movies.
nothing like a It's so funny. Oh, they lied to us when they were creating those movies, bro.
Yeah.
That's so funny that we really thought it was gonna be like that.
Right. And I feel like even
Do-
people outside the United States feel like that's how it is, but in reality, it's not.
Girl, I don't know who lied to us like that to make us believe that that is what not high school, what college is like, or whoever started that lie. But
Yeah.
they better count their days.
Like,
Is there any piece of advice that you want to talk about?
a piece of advice. I guess for me, I have mentioned it on Jesslyn's stream. I guess it's like a piece of advice would be to not listen to your counselors and to figure
Girl?
out stuff on your own if you do not want to struggle. Like I've been doing everything by myself. I have
Mm-hmm.
only talked to a counselor once, just like to
Like
make
college?
sure. Yeah, to make
Girl
sure
save
like
that you're
what
doing things
classes.
correctly, stuff like that.
Yeah, and like
Mm.
because you have to like you know how like you have to declare your major or something like that. Like you have to tell them
Mm-hmm.
that and like for that. But like other than that, I see a lot of students on TikTok crying and struggling because of their advisors, and I'm like, yeah, do not depend on the advisors. Like
No, literally.
they they're either not gonna help you at all or they're gonna be the best. But for most of the people, it seems like they do not help them, and it's so sad to see that.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
remember. Oh, okay. So I have also been doing things by myself. Like the first 3 semesters of college, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna follow what everybody else is doing, and I'm going to like talk to my college counselor and like pick out my classes with them or whatever. But I remember like my sophomore year when I was picking classes for the spring semester. I don't know if you know this about like my academic career, but I started off and I was already behind. Like if I would have taken things slowly, because like not my first semester, but like every semester after my first semester, I've always taken like 18 credit hours, right?
Yeah.
So oh, I've always had like 7 to 8 classes each semester, right?
Mhm.
And that's because like I was a little behind when I first started, and I was like, no, like I want to, yo terca. I was like, no, I want to graduate in 4 years. Like I have to graduate in 4 years. When it's like you don't have to graduate in 4 years, you know? Um,
Yes.
yeah. And so I was like a little bit behind, and because I was stubborn, I was always like piling up classes onto my schedule. And like I remember talking to my counselor my sophomore year, and I was like, "Hey, I'm a little behind in like um Monday." Caminando. Yes, he didn't want me to take him. En Alberto, ¿verdad? Sorry, but I was like telling my counselor like um hey, I'm like a little behind because I started in this class instead of starting in this class. Like, um, I just want to know like what classes I could take next semester so I could catch up, you know? And he completely ignored what I had said, and he was like, "Okay, just take these classes next semester." And it was like, okay, so I had when I did that, he suggested that I would take biology 2, or it was either bio 1 or 2, but it's like I hadn't even taken like my physics classes yet. So it's like, why are you making me skip these classes? before, like, I don't know, like, you know how they give us degree plans and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like set on like following everything to like exactly how it was each semester when it's not supposed to be like, well, it can be like that, but it's you don't have to do it like that, you know?
Yeah.
But yo terca, yo quise, like, I wanted to like follow it to a T. And like you said, like a lot of people like struggle with their like college counselors with them not listening to them. And after that like last meeting, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do things myself. Like these people are not gonna help me. Like as long as I know what I'm supposed to be doing or what classes I'm supposed to be taking and I'm okay, then that's all that matters. And honestly, I've gone the rest of my college career with like just doing things myself, like you. Until like this semester, where I'm like, you know what? Let me just like reach out to my college counselors and like make sure that I'm on the right track to graduating. But yeah, it sucks that a lot of counselors are not like they. I don't know. I feel like they're not there to like help
Yeah.
people. They're just there to do their job, but they don't like have that connection with their students.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like it also it's bad because if you take a class that you don't need, then you just spent that money too.
Yes, exactly.
And then, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they do that on purpose. Maybe, like it's sketchy, girl. Like they really do not care, girl.
Girl,
And this
some
is
of these
why,
counselors do not.
I
Hmm.
told Jesslyn that like I would want to be a
A
academic
college counselor.
advisor.
Hmm.
Because I would tell you the truth. I would not make you take classes that you do not need, girl. I am not gonna put you through that struggle. I'm gonna take care of you. We're gonna get through this. And like I don't think
Hmm.
counselors are like that, you know? And it sucks. Cause your job, I don't know if it is or if it's not, but like I feel like that's an easy job, you know?
Hmm.
Like to
I
sit
mean, I feel
down,
like it's. Uh huh.
like just like to sit down with the student and like make sure they're on the right track, you know?
Hmm. I feel like it has to do with like a lot of them being a lot older than most of their students. Because I feel like things for them were different, right?
Yeah.
So they don't know what it feels like to be on our side. Now with when everything's changed, and everything's like a lot different than when it was whenever they were in school. I feel like a lot of them are like out of touch that way.
Yeah, I guess that is true too.
I know.
But I don't know. I guess that's a piece of advice to give like students to like go search your academic plan and follow it and you should be good.
You should be good. Just like making sure that you have the requirements needed to take, or like you fulfill the requirements needed to take like a certain class. Because I know some classes won't let you take another class if you haven't taken like a oh like say class A, you need class B for your degree plan, but you haven't taken class A, and they're not gonna let you into class B because you haven't taken class A, you know? So just
Yeah.
like make sure you're like on top of that.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
then you're going to struggle if you don't take the time to read everything that you need to do. Like for me,
Mhm.
this in the spring, like the counselor said one of the classes was highlighted and said I can take it, and so I added it to
Mhm.
my cart, and then when it opened I added it, and then whenever it was time to check out they were like, you cannot take this class, you need a prerequisite, and I was like, why did this girl highlight it then? So I had to like get something else,
Mhm.
but then I'll be able to take it like next semester.
That's good. Are your classes like available every semester?
Most of them are like fall,
Hmm.
spring, summers. Like most of them are.
Hmm, that's good.
Yes.
Cause for me, for my degree plan, it was weird because some of the classes would only be offered every other year. So I feel like that's another reason why I was like taking
Oh.
seven to eight classes, cause like I would take all the classes that were available for that year, and then like so I wouldn't have to wait for them to be open the next year. And it sucks, man, because sometimes they wouldn't be even offered every other year.
Yeah, I think that's with the electives for us.
Mm,
I've noticed with like electives.
yeah, it's with the electives. Ugh, I hate it.
Yeah, electives, I don't know. Like there was this one class. It was like about Korea and stuff, like Korea and tourism and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, that would be so fun. But it's an
Mhm.
elective. And then I was like, let me check it out if I could take it in the future. And it didn't pop up anymore. Like I guess it was available for
Dang.
only this semester and not for the
Mhm.
spring. But then again, I wouldn't have been able to take it. So I was like, meh. Maybe like later, since I still have time, I can take it as the last elective that
Mhm.
I need if it opens up again. But for now, I cannot take it.
Dang. That sucks.
Yeah. Do you have any other advice you would give?
Oh, that I would give for
Yeah.
like school?
I mean, it can be anything.
Mm, yes. Yes. Um, he said don't listen. Okay. I don't think so. It's just like, oh, don't listen to anybody else when it comes to talking about your dreams or your goals in life. Mhm.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I feel like whenever you start listening to other people, whenever you're talking about your dreams or your goals or whatever you want to accomplish, it like ruins your excitement and it ruins your like motivation to actually achieve those dreams, or it like makes you not want to go after them, you know?
Yeah.
So I know like it's like a lot easier said than done, but just like don't listen to other people whenever you're discussing what you want to do with your life.
Yes, I agree with that because before I was interested in the hospitality industry, I was
Mhm.
interested in like film and photography and video and
Mhm.
movies. And when I told that
Mhm.
to my parents, they shut me down really fast.
Yep. It was kind of the same for me, but with dance. I remember I wanted to be a dancer. They were like, "No." No, they were like, "No, that's not gonna make any money." So I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess."
Yeah, and it sucks because then you have to find something else that you're interested in. But then if the thing you were already interested in was your passion, then it's really hard to move forward.
Yeah. Yes. It really is.
But I mean,
And
I'm glad.
especially,
Oh, you can keep
mhm.
going.
No, you could go.
I was just gonna say that I'm glad that I found hospitality or like this industry because I don't know what else I would be doing, to be honest.
Honestly, I feel like it's the same for me. I I don't know, cause I never thought I would end up in like a major like this. You
Yeah.
know, like I
Mhm.
did, I went into school hoping to be an engineer. But I was like, No, the kind of engineers that I signed up for had to do a lot with like, well, it just basically wasn't what I wanted to do with my life. Like I knew I just wanted to be like involved in science and with the earth. So I guess I guess it worked out.
Yeah.
I guess it worked out with what I picked. And I mean, that helped me realize that I really enjoy certain things that I didn't think I was gonna enjoy. You know,
Yeah.
like last semester I took that trip to the desert, right?
Mhm.
Where we just like looked at rocks, and I was like, wait, I kind of actually like doing this, you know?
Yeah.
And like I never thought I would like actually like that, or I never saw myself being in like what I'm studying, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, taking that summer camp for for the industry, I think that also helped me decide what I wanted to do. And also, like,
Mhm.
as we grew, like during high school, we would always like plan a trip and stuff like that. And like even after high school, we would plan like when we were get together and stuff. And I really enjoy that. Like I
Mhm.
can literally plan you a trip in like 30 minutes. No, not really 30 minutes, but like I can give
Girl,
you an
say
outline.
less.
I can give you an outline of a trip. And like that's just like it just comes to me, because I like to travel
Everybody.
and I want to travel.
Uh huh.
And I was
Uh huh.
talking to my professor, and then there was this guy with her too, because we were heading somewhere, and they were like, "So, what do you want to do?" And I was like, "I'm not really sure, but I really like planning stuff, planning, like planning get-togethers, planning trips." And he was like, "You are the reason why." Like he's like, I hate doing that, and like that's the reason why we need people like you, and like that made me feel good. Like I was like, wait,
Oh,
is there
that's so
actually, like
cute.
I was like, there's actually people who hate planning things. Like how can you hate that?
Girl, yes.
I love planning trips because I don't know why, but I get excited too, even if I'm not the one going. I get
Mhm.
super excited and super invested in it, and then like I think if as if I'm going.
Mhm.
Like what would I do? And I think like while taking my tourism class, when it comes to like, I guess like one of the things that you need to do is be able to like word of mouth, or like talk about your experiences. And even though I
Mhm.
haven't traveled like a lot, like I can tell, like by taking those like little trips you can already like plan a lot, I guess.
Mhm.
Like you can already pick and choose what you like and what you don't like. Like for me, when we would go to Mexico, or like when we went to Mexico the last time, every day we were doing something. So I was like, yeah, this is not for me. Like I love Mexico and everything, but like I want time off to relax
Mhm.
and take it slow. So like I know, like if like let's say a client, they also are like that, then I can like make a trip around that. Or if they like to go fast paced, I feel like I can also make a fast paced trip, but like I wouldn't like it.
Mhm.
Like I feel like um I can do that. Like for you, would you want a slow trip or a fast paced trip?
I feel like it would have to be a mixture of both.
Mm,
You know?
yeah.
Would you be able to do that, Daisy?
Yeah. I'm already thinking of something.
Everybody, y'all better book Daisy for your trip plans and stuff like that. Just a PSA.
Yeah, cuz
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you people, Daisy. I'm gonna get you.
yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get people to book with you. LOL.
That's so fun though. Because like for the trip with the hypothetical trip to go to Florida, it was
Mhm.
supposed to be a 2-week trip. But then it turned
Mhm.
into a whole month because of how
Oh my
like
goodness.
slow I like to take it, you know?
Mhm.
Would you like me to lay it out?
You
I,
said, let me give you an example. Go for it, Daisy.
okay, this would be my ultimate Florida. Well, not Florida. It would be like Disney and Universal. Like if you're going to theme parks to Florida, the
Mhm.
first day, regardless if it's a plane, bus, or like like road trip, I would take the first day off. I would get there,
Mhm.
go to the hotel, rest, buy anything that you might need, like if you didn't bring with you, like take that time to get the things that you need, rest and eat.
Mhm.
The second day, you either go to a theme park already or you explore the city.
Mhm.
And then the next day you rest. So, like, let's say if you go
Mhm.
to a theme park, that whole day you go to a theme park, the next day you rest, the next day
Mhm.
you go to a theme park or explore the city or stuff like that, and then you rest. So, every other day you're resting. Oh,
Mhm.
but like for me, since it would be like a Disney trip, we would go to the parks twice. Like the way I was explaining it to my sister was like this. So one day you go to the park and you take all the pictures you want. So like day one is for pictures. So you go for pictures, buying souvenirs, eating and stuff like that. But you don't really get on rides. And then the next day
Mhm.
you rest. Or you explore the city too. Well, like you rest and like explore outside of the theme parks. And then the third day, you would go back to that same theme park, but you don't take pictures, you don't buy souvenirs,
Oh,
you
so you just like enjoy it.
yeah, you enjoy all the rides. Cause I
Mhm.
was, cause it's a lot, and the parks
Mhm.
are big, and then you would keep doing that for all of the parks that you would want to go, and then
Oh, that's cool.
and I feel like that would be good for me because I like to rest in between.
Mhm. Yeah.
But like if you're realistic, you like a lot of people do not have the time to rest. Like a lot of people do not
Yeah.
have like a month to take off just to go to Florida.
Yeah.
So if you were like to do a fast paced one, I would for sure take the first day off, and then the next 2 days you do something, the third day you rest, the next 2 days you do
Mhm.
something, then you rest, and then like that's how you would do it for like a fast and slow paced, like how you were saying.
Huh. I like that. It seems ideal.
Right? Especially
Mhm.
since like I know I'm not really athletic, so like I know my feet are gonna be hurting by the end of the day, and I'm not gonna want to wake up early too. So that's why
Mhm.
I also take that into consideration. Like unless you're gonna be waking up early or you're an athletic person who can hold a lot of like can walk a lot, then
Mhm.
I feel like a fast paced trip would be good for you, but if you get tired and like you need to take it easy, then like like what's it called, a slower pace trip would be better. And that's how I am. Like I would for sure want to take one day where we just watch all the parades, we buy everything we want, we take all the pictures we want, but like we don't get on any rides.
Yeah.
Because if you want to take pictures, go to the stores, get on rides,
That's a
you
lot.
yeah, it's a lot, and like you won't even be able to finish everything.
Yeah.
So that's how I would plan a trip, like depending on how athletic you are or like stuff like that.
Mine. Give me a second, Daisy.
Okie dokie.
Monday.
So I feel like we're at a good spot to end since we've talked a lot, and I'm not sure how long it has been, but it has been really fun. Yes, I really miss you. But yeah. Is there anything you would want to say before we have to go? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, since I feel like every relationship is different or like similar but different, but yeah, I really like it. So hopefully, I was thinking of having two people at a time, and then ultimately the four of us or more people together. So look forward to that. Hopefully, we can arrange something where we bring in another person, and then it's three of us talking. Because I feel like that would be fun too. Yes, I'll let you know. But that is it for today. Goodbye.